Hello friends, and welcome to another colour along video. This is Spicy from my digital download pack called Monsters, and I was going to colour him in today, and I was going to colour him in spicy colours. I'm thinking reds and oranges are the go. So I'm going to start out with the Vermillion, French Vermillion. Alrighty, now I'll move on here to a coral red. That's coral red. Ooh, French Vermillion to coral red. Just trying to get a nice warm colour palette going for this guy. As he's eating what looks to be a bowl of chilies, surrounded by hot chilies. I'm thinking reds are the thing that are going to take us there. Alright, that's our coral red. I'm now going to do a coral haze. I'm just sort of blending these in. They're similar colours, so it's pretty easy to do. I'm going to take this right to the tip of his tail. Not all the way to the base. Just going to a little bit of touch here. I'm going to go for another darker colour. Maybe a geranium. Geranium could work. Let's try it out here. Yeah, that works. Maybe bring some of that up a bit, just to anchor him a bit more. And I might come back in with the coral red just to blend that a bit. Just a bit. Right. Now what I think I might do is try and simulate that same vignette through his arms a little bit, but have dark bands of colour. So I'm going to start with the, probably not go too far off, so French Vermillion. And what I'm thinking is I'll come in with that coral red, and instead of blending down, I might blend sort of front to backish. Yeah, so we're bringing in these colours a bit into his arms, so it all sort of ties together. I'm going to work back from the hand because I don't want to mess up my stripes. I haven't named this little monster. It sort of needs a fiery name, I think. Or even is a fiery name. If you call him red. Maybe blue. Alright, same thing. I'm going to just come back into here with some of that darker colour, the coral red, just to give some dimensionality to his arms. And then blend it a bit. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to do the same thing to this little stripe. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. What I'm going to do now is bring in a lighter yellow, a melon yellow, and give him a belly which is in the same range of colours, but just a little bit lighter. So down here, come back in with my Vermillion, French Vermillion, not just any Vermillion. I just thought Vermillion was red. It's sort of weird that it's orange. And while I'm doing that, I might just bring a little bit of that coral red at the bottom, just to sort of make it all vibe. I think we've got him looking fiery. Stripes. Let's talk about the stripes on his arms. I'm thinking we go with a darker red, like a wine red. Right, I've got a wine red somewhere here. There's a wine red. Maybe bring some of those warm, like a warm brown, like a brick brown, to give dimension on that. Let's test out, see what we get. There's our wine red. Here's our brick brown. It's a really subtle change there. I hope we'll see what happens when it dries. But this wine red's making me think of wine gums. It's been a while since I had any of those. Yeah, I'm loving that. Loving that little colour mix. It's a really subtle bit of shadowing in the stripe. And we're staying within the red palette, but we're also staying in the, when we get into the browns, we're still there as well. It sort of darkens it and gives it a little bit of, still leaves it warm. Whereas the wine red's tending towards like the violets. All right, I think I might do the same thing to his feet. I want to anchor him. I think if I do his feet too light, if I came back in with the light colours, it might not give him enough of a serious stance. He looks like a serious monster, so I don't want to mess with that. Now I've got these spines down his back, these little fins, and what I'm thinking is that bring in some contrasting colour. Do I go a greeny contrasting colour or a bluey contrasting colour? Let's stick with the blue. This is a fresh blue, and I am thinking of doing it dark in there. So I'll bring this wine red just in the base of that, and then fresh blue. I think that's sort of fun. I'm going to do that to all these little spines. I'm going to try two at once. Just push the envelope, see how far I can take it. Right, let's look in his mouth. I'm going to bring some of these dark colours. So this was brick brown and wine red, I think. Let me get that wine red on the outside of his lip. Maybe we throw some of that brick brown into his mouth. So I want that to be dark, but also let's double up with our wine red. Which of course means that now his tongue is going to have to be something fun. A coral haze or a coral red. Let's go with the coral red. Maybe coral red on top and coral haze at the back. You know what, while I've got my coral haze and my coral red, I'm going to colour in all my chilies. They're redder at the tips, aren't they? That's what I've gone with. Well, I'm getting pretty happy with that. All right, where do we go now? The flames or the chili bowl? Maybe we take on the chili bowl because I've got my brick brown. Maybe brick brown and the wine red. They're going to work for my chili. Start out with my brick brown. I can find my wine red. Pastel peach. I don't think an illustration goes by where I'm not using my pastel peach. Pastel peach and maybe a grey. Probably not a cool grey, probably a warm grey. So we can find my warm grey. There's a warm grey 150, let's give that a whirl. Where are we going to shadow it? Well, we'll shadow it inside the bowl first. Maybe underneath. So I'm loving the contrast of this blue spine. It's like a stylized iguana with a funny head. Fun. Right, let's talk these flames through. What I'm thinking is I'll do the flames with an outline of French Vermillion and then work my way in towards the centre where it'll be a lighter yellow. So I might go French Vermillion for the outside and then work through like the melon yellow through to a Canaria yellow. Here's my melon yellow. I'm going to try to avoid my lemon yellow because I don't want to say melon yellow and lemon yellow together because that's all just a little bit too much really. I'm going to leave that centre for my lighter colour to come, which is this little Canaria yellow. Yeah, that looks like a flame. All right, I'm just going to repeat that on these flames. going to use these lines I've drawn to help me to delineate these flames. Well, I'm going to use a lighter orange. I've got my French Vermillion. Maybe I'll just go with a straight orange. See what happens if I do that. So I've got a little bit more space here. I can add in some more colours to my blend. Yeah, I think that's a good little segue. So that's orange and French Vermilion for my outer ring. Now I'm going to do my melon yellows. And I know I said earlier that I'm not going to use lemon yellow, but I think I'm going to have to, guys. And then just to finish it off, I'm going to do that centre bit there in a Canaria. I might just leave that centre bit white and get my Colourless Blender. See if I can't just blend that to nothing. Alrighty, I'm just going to repeat this here. I just want to draw those flames in as though I had a line almost. So bring my orange in. So if there is any residual line, it will just look like the flame. And last of all, the Canaria to the white blend in the middle with my Colourless Blender. I might just do some shadow around here. Could do with some shadows, I think. So I'm going to go with my 170 warm grey because it's all pretty dark. Just want to add a layer of shadow. I'm going to get my lighter warm grey 150 and do some, let's just draw a little circle to give him some shadow. Well, that's fun. I want to continue this shadow up to the flames. And just create that curve up maybe. Alright, this is 150. This is just a bit darker, but not much darker. We'll give him a shadow within the shadow. Right. So let's get the coral ready again. Maybe I'll get the coral haze. Where's the coral haze? There it is. Now I just want to add some spots on this guy. So I'm going to put some coral haze spots there. Okay, the coral red while I'm at it. You find it. There it is. Because that'll be a more subtle red, and I don't want too many, just a few. While I'm there, I might shadow underneath these closed eyes, because I'm a big believer that monsters' eyes should have shadows under them, even if they are just subtle. And I want to do the reverse in this red. I want to lighter, some lighter things. So what I'm going to do is bring in my Colourless Blender and try and wash out some of this red. See if that works. Might have been a little bit too dark, but we'll see. Might just knock it back to like a lighter, even a subtle little blend in there is going to be sort of fun to play with. You don't want the spots to be too vibrant, do you? That's sort of fun. Maybe some more. And we'll give him some down here too. You see how they dry? They're drying a bit lighter. Taking out some of the red, leaving a bit of that yellowy orange behind, which I think is sort of lovely. Lovely. What do I do it here in this blend area? I'm thinking of doing some blue sky. I've only got turquoise blue. This is my lightest blue. What do you reckon? Is that going to work? Not work. I'm going to play with it. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there, people. So what am I going to do? I don't want to do this whole area, but what I might do is try and continue that circle around visually. What do you reckon? This could work. It's a make or break moment. What have we done? What have we done? Well, hopefully this turquoise blue won't fight with our fresh blue that we've got in his spines. I think it's going to work. Do we put clouds in? Yeah, let's do some clouds while we're at it. Really just circular things. I guess we can colour them out later if we don't like them. And I'm looking at his teeth and wondering, do I want his teeth to be... I've got my Colourless Blender, I'm just going to use it a little bit because I've got all that red still stuck in the nib. And now I'm going to try and find the edge of that line with limited success. We should do it a different way. Okay, let's do the other side. I think I'm happy with the blue sky. If you're not confident to just freehand draw a circle for your sky outline, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, it's just sort of a circle in the background. You could always grab a little plate and just in a light pencil give yourself a key line so you know where you're aiming at. It's all sort of fun to just play. You know, this is a digital file, so you can print out another copy if it all falls horribly to pieces. So really, there's no fear factor. It's all just about fun. And yeah, and go free on a marker, adding in backgrounds just for fun. I think maybe I should have wet this first and then come in with the blue. Yeah. Right, I'm just going to clear some of these pencils off my desk before I create a cascade waterfall of markers. What do I need now? I need a Posca. Alright, this is the fun part where everything starts to really come to life. Just throw in some little highlights. I'm going to come in from the outside, maybe give him highlights on top of his eyelids. I'm wondering whether I want to yellow his teeth, but I think he's eating hot chilies, so maybe he's a healthy monster. I think that I might call a day on that one. I'm quite happy with him. There he is, Spicy. Little monster from my latest Monsters download pack. Why don't you grab yourself a copy and get colouring. Join in the monster fun. Alright guys, really appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed colouring in Spicy with me. And I'll see you on another video. All the best.